Hello everyone, I am LegenGary, and you know what? 2016 is here, so I've taken the time to sort of think about my life a little bit and just see how much I've grown over these years. And wow, I was a stupid kid back then. But you know what else isn't? You know what isn't stupid? The Land Before Time. That's a good intro.
For those of you who have never heard of this series, which probably isn't really that many of you, Land Before Time is an animated movie series about Littlefoot the Brontosaurus, his friends, and the wonderful and exciting adventures they had together. Created by the almighty and powerful lord of animation, Don Bluth, this series taught kids not only basic life lessons, but also challenged them with both sad and sometimes frightening imagery, showing the grim reality of the real world. Yeah, remember Littlefoot's mom's deaths?
Dear sweet Littlefoot, do you remember the way to the Great Valley?
I guess so. But why do I have to know?
The movies resonated with both young and old audiences alike, making the series in general an overwhelming success. And when something is that successful, there is only one logical thing to do. Make oranges! I mean video games!
To be honest, I was surprised that there was a game of this franchise. Out of all the things from my childhood, The Land Before Time was the last thing that I expected to be turned into a video game. But you know what the crazy part is? This isn't the only one. Yeah, there's actually more of them out there. But obviously I only have this one, so let's see if this is just a hidden treasure or just some dino do.
The game starts off with an FMV cutscene showing us the grand and majestic beauty of the Great Valley. Oh Lord, what is that? What is that? That's supposed to be a dinosaur? These are supposed to be dinosaurs? I just don't know what to say. I mean, what year did this come out?
Yep, nope, I'm out, I can't deal with this, nope.
Look, I know this is the PlayStation 1, but gosh dang it, you guys are making Tekken look like the friggin' Mona Lisa here. Come on, can't you just put a little more effort into this?
If it is, then the Sharptooths will come looking for it.
Wait a minute, that doesn't sound like Littlefoot.
Yeah, I think so.
That doesn't sound like Sarah.
Wait a minute, who did the voices for these guys?
Let's see here, just look at the credits, look for the thing. One person. What? They seriously only got one person to do all these distinct voices? I mean, props to this person, I can tell that they are trying, but it's just not happening. It just makes me wonder, why did they opt in for one person when they could have just used the original actors? Oh.
Yeah, excuse me, I'm just gonna go into the uncomfortable corner here for a second.
From what I can gather from this, is that Littlefoot in the game had found an egg belonging to the Sharptooth, or T-Rexes, and go to return the egg. They get chased off by the T-Rex, who seems to have a case of goat simulator syndrome, and now it's up to the player to bring them back to the Great Valley. There are 4 playable characters in total. You can play as Littlefoot, Sarah, Spike, and Ducky. For starters, let's just go with Littlefoot. Alright, I'm finally in the game!
Use headbutt, press triangle button.
Oh, hey Petrie. Thanks for the good advice, pal. Alright, let's just see how this game works!
To use headbutt, press triangle button.
Thanks, Petrie. I think that's enough.
Make a bridge, use head, knock down trees.
Seriously, Petrie, this is getting on my nerves.
Jump on leaves to go across.
Petrie, if you talk one more time, I swear, just don't do it!
Headbutt the rock, then we can get across.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this, but, Navi?
Hello?
Save me!
Ignoring the intrusions of Petrie, let's just start talking about how this game plays. For the most part, this game is just a pretty standard 3D platformer. You pick up items, interact with things, jump on platforms, you know, the usual stuff. What is unusual about this game, however, are these clunky controls. The game plays as you expect it to. You walk around using the analog stick, use the buttons for jumping and other actions, and use the L2 and R2 buttons to look around you. The reason I say this is clunky is more of the way the controls feel. Whenever you do any action, it feels heavy. It almost feels like every action you do needs you to hold down the button for it to work properly. I get why it feels this way. I mean, I am a big lumbering dino, but all of this just feels really awkward to play, especially when you have to make very specific jumps. Another thing that hinders you as well is the camera. Ugh. No matter what you do, the camera is always fixed at this angle and is always zoomed into your character. This makes platforming difficult because it gets super hard to tell just how far certain objects are from you. Couple that with bad hip detection and the camera getting stuck on the gosh dang walls, and you're going to have a heck of a time trying to get a handle of this game. Not like you're going to have to put up with it for very long though, because each level is shorter than Tom Cruise. Seriously, here's the first level in its entirety. Roll the rock, knock down the tree, jump on the leaf, jump on the other leaf, and boom, you're done. I mean, this is a merciful thing given the controls, but I mean, come on, this is just lazy game design. Speaking of lazy, let's talk about what is actually in these levels. The first thing you will probably see are these leaves, or tree stars, that can give you an extra life if you collect 100 of them. Or so you think. You see, depending on what color each one is, it will give you a certain amount of tree stars, some even giving you up to 15 stars at a time. What's wrong with these is that the tree stars are literally everywhere. Just look at this part from later in the game. There's like 10 of these things right next to the end of the level. It's because of this that dying in this game, while super easy to do, doesn't really have any impact, because as soon as you lose one life, you'll just get back 3 more within 2 minutes. Also, for a platformer, I'm seeing quite a lack of enemies in this game. Okay, I'm not expecting actual combat or anything, but without any sort of enemies in a platformer like this, it just causes the levels to feel barren and lifeless. Oh wait, what's this? Ominous music? Does that mean that something's gonna happen? Oh, I really hope so. Come on, let's see what it— oh, of course not. Meh.
It's odd. It's almost like the only challenge to this game is having to deal with the awkward camera and controls.
Each character in the game has 5 levels to complete. Littlefoot's are pretty much just standard platforming segments. The other characters are like this as well, but some of them do have some unique levels of their own. Like this one from Sarah's that was just Simon Says. Funny story about this, I had no idea that it was Simon Says when I first went through this level, and I actually had to look up a walkthrough just to figure out that it was Simon freaking Says. Spike's levels are probably my least favorite out of the bunch, since a lot of it is consisting of jumping to floating platforms, which because of the camera I mentioned earlier, isn't fun. Not to mention that his first level is a tedious item grab to feed a baby pterodactyl. You know, the fun stuff. At least it isn't Ducky's stage that starts out with a lava level. Sure, everybody else gets a wonderful green forest, but Ducky, she can go jump in a burning volcano.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go back into the uncomfortable corner again if that's alright with you.
Seriously though, all these levels just feel disjointed from each other. One minute you're traveling down the river, then the next you're dealing with tar pits. Just why? How did we get from here to there? How? Nah. Could it be?
That's dangerous. Stay away from it.
Oh, it is an actual enemy. An actual hazard. An actual challenge. Come to me, monster. Embrace me with your jaws of death. Wait, why is nothing happening? You can't be serious. You just can't be serious.
The one time you have a moment to actually be challenging and you mess it up. Good job, game. Good job.
Finally on the last level. All I have to do is jump across these platforms, and it'll be all over. Please let this at least have a satisfying ending.
I don't know why I even try.
This game is bad, but not only that, it's just absolutely boring. Nothing outside of the controls and the camera provide any sort of challenge to the player. And I know what some of you are thinking. Gary, it's a kid's game. You don't have to be the best thing when it's a kid's game as long as it keeps the kids entertained. But I'm sorry, I just can't stand by that. Especially since this game is based off of a franchise that was originally intended to please everyone of all age groups. And even if you stand by that argument, I'm pretty sure even kids would find this game tedious and boring.
This game gets my rating of 2 out of 10.
Hello there, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. If you liked it, why not you hit that like button right there? And if you want to see more of my content, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more LegenGary content. If you want to see any of my other videos, click the annotations there on screen, and I'll make sure to see you all next time. Oh yeah, and also thank you to everybody who's been supporting me for the past year. It's been a really interesting experience, but thank you guys for keeping up and, encouraging me to keep going. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Later, dudes!